Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, good morning. So by the way, I'll be your teacher in Science 3. I am Ruel Mejia, taking a Bachelor Elementary Education at Bato Institute of Science and Technology Incorporated. So since I'll be your teacher in Science, so what you have to do just listen with me, cooperate with me when the discussion is going on. And before that, let us pause for a while. Let us pray first, and after that, we will sing our Philippine National Anthem. Okay, thank you so much once again. Good morning. How are you? Okay, that's great. So for the introduction of our discussion for today, I have a video presentation about our topic. So what you have to do, listen, observe what is the video is all about. Okay, because right after I have to ask question with you. Okay, let's get started.
The Earth's equator are the tropics. Dense, hot, rain-drenched. More than half the world's plant and animal species live in swamps and jungles. It's a vertical landscape that pushes the very limits of animal engineering. And when animals so brilliantly equipped come into contact, some of nature's most remarkable moments unfold. Snakes take flight. Tongues shoot with blinding speed. Feet walk on water. Crocs turn into toothy torpedoes. And finally, the ultimate moment, a tiger's unsurpassed strength and power. These are moments of wonder. Incredible, ingenious, and entirely real. Often they're too fast, too small, or too hidden to be understood. But if we can capture them, what it takes to survive in the jungle can finally be revealed. In the tropical rainforests of Central America, blue morpho butterflies often stay hidden in the shadows of the dark understory.
So the video was all about the natural habitat of our um, animals, different species that we are found in our environment, especially in the massive area, the forest area. So we can find there are lots of animals. So example, snakes, butterflies, and many others of animals that we can find there. So we know this our discussion as we go our discussion. So our topic for today. Oh, I have a question for you. So I told you that after watching the video, I have something question to ask you, and I hope you answer this one. The first question is, what do you have observed on the video? Second one, what are the animals presented in the video? Third one, where are the animals live? Okay, try to answer that one in your home. Our topic for today is animals adaptation. So let us find out what is adaptation. So our objective of the topic for today, how a variety of animals are able to meet their basic needs in places they live. Discover their environment. Describe how our variety of animals are able to meet their needs in places where they live. So what is adaptation? It's the biological mechanism by which organisms adjust to the new environment or to changes their current environment. The idea of natural selection is that traits that can be passed down allow organisms to adapt to the environments better than other organisms and the same species. So from the word adaptation, adapt, so meaning the animals or species that need to adapt in a certain environment in order them to survive in that places. So animals also like human that we need also to adapt to certain environments. So for example, us human, we are visiting some places. So in order for us to survive, so we need to adapt their culture, the way of living, and many others, so that we can survive that certain area. Seems that we are same that certain thing, but we are rational compared than other. We are rational compared than the animals because we can think beyond. Okay, so that's what by means by adaptation. Okay, to adapt a certain environment, so in order them to survive. So next we have the what is variety? It is a means kind, different kinds of forms. Varieties are usually the result of selective breeding and diverse from the parent species or subspecies in relatively minor ways. It could be invertebrates and vertebrates. So means different kinds of forms. So we can find a lot of we can find a lot of animals in our environments, different forms. So for example, butterflies, so different shape, different colors, and different kinds of butterfly that they are take additional beautiful to our environment. Okay, so next we have the variety are usually the result of selective breeding and diverge from the parent species or subspecies in relatively minor ways. Okay, so it could be invertebrates and vertebrates. So when we say invertebrates, guys, those animals has no backbone. Okay, no backbone. The octopus and other animals that has no backbone, that's considered invertebrates. And vertebrates, those animals have backbone like dog, horse, cat, and many others, as long as the animals has a backbone. Okay, so next we have I have prepared for you the examples of variety of animals. So first we have the chameleon, a lizard-like. So chameleons possess a host of physical adaptation which help them survive. Their hooded heads help them to collect water in the form of dew and to impress meat. Color changing skin helps them to blend in and stand out to potential mates and intimidate rivals. So for example, color changing or coloration. So that's the defense mechanism of that certain animals, the chameleon. So for example, the chameleon is on the trunk of the tree. So the color of the trunk of the tree is brown. So the chameleon says that there is a predator coming. So in order to hide in or to blend in, so because the chameleon has the ability to change its color. So they try to imitate the color of the tree in order to blend in uh, and stand out the potential to against the rivals, okay, to protect themselves. Next, we have the this turtle. So turtle is not new for us, so we can see in our surroundings the turtles. And the turtles are include. By the way, the reptiles also include the chameleon also is including us reptiles. So turtles are reptiles of other Chelonia or testudines, they are characterized by special bony or cartilaginous shell developed from the ribs that acts as shield. So turtle also has their own defense mechanism. So when there is predator, so the turtle uh, try to cover itself on the shell to protect themselves. Okay, so next we have the butterflies. Also, the butterfly is not common with us, so we can say in our surroundings. So butterflies are insects which also includes moods. Mimicry is an involved resemblance between an organisms and other objects, often an organisms of other species. So since that they are have the butterfly has its own similarity. Okay, different colors, different shape, and different forms of the color. Next, we have the wasp. So is any insects of the narrow wisted has a sting that causes pain. So if you try to observe the wasp has the sting flat, so that serve as for their also to survive in order to catch food to to sip the juice of the flowers, the fruits, and others. So it's also their defense mechanism. Okay. So next we have the snakes. So the snakes, guys, class the snakes, these very dangerous animals. So we should be careful when we are on the forest or we are hiking. Um, we just take care of it with ourselves because it's dangerous. So ours elongated legless carnivorous reptiles of the suborder serpentes like all other squamates. Snakes are ectothermic amnion vertebrates covered in overlapping scales, so inject venom through lungs. So next we have the tamarau that is found in the Mindoro, Philippines. So tamarau, Mindoro dwarf buffalo is small hoofed mammal belonging to the family Bovidae. It is endemic to the islands of Mindoro in the Philippines. Uses horns to defend. So they have also their own defense mechanism. So when there is people has a threat for them bad, so they try to use their horns to fight. So against them. Okay. So their defense mechanism they are using horns. So also, animals also meet their basic needs in the places where they live. By adaptation, certain animals adapt themselves to other environments by using camouflage, mimicry, structural adaptation, and chemical protection to protect themselves from their enemies to keep alive. So they has the animal. I said a while ago, animals also has this own protection to protect themselves. So let us discuss each of the protection. So camouflage. Animals are the animals that use camouflage to disguise themselves as per their surrounding to protect themselves from predators or attack prey. Animals mainly use camouflage to hide from their predators, make it difficult for the prey for to escape and sneak up. So camouflage is also uh, coloration. So I say a while ago that, for example, those chameleon or other animals, that they could have the ability to change its color to hide, to blend in a certain place to protect themselves from the predator. Okay, next we have the mimicry. Is an involved resemblance between an organisms and other object, often as organism of another species. Mimicry, mimicry may involve between different species or between individuals in the same species. So like butterflies, so that is uh, examples of mimicry. Next, we have structural adaptation. So a characteristic in a plant or animal's body that helps it survive in its environment. Example are protective coloration or camouflage, the ability to retain water. So coloration meaning the animals has the right to has the ability to change its color. Okay. So next we have the uh, chemical protection. Defense is life history strategy employed by many organisms to avoid consumption by producing toxic or repellent metabolites. That production of defense themselves mechanism. Defensive mechanism chemicals rather. So chemical protection. So for example, octopus. So in order them to fight the opponents or the predators, they try to the octopus tried to release a tentacles. Okay, so that is defensive chemicals. So that's I think there are lots of animals that they release those substances that can be fight or to prevent themselves from the predator. So those are the protection. First we have the camouflage. Second is mimicry. Third one is structural adaptation, and fourth one is chemical protection. So and I hope guys you learned something about my video lesson, and I hope guys you just learn and learn and learn with this discussion for today. And thank you so much for cooperating me. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. and see you next week. Bye.